Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Soil IQ. Before starting, I want to share one of my experience. So whichever video I have uploaded previously, one of my students requested me to upload a lecture series on the problematic soil. So today I will start the series through one topic, that is the soil quality. Okay, so let's begin today's lecture, that is the soil quality. So from the name itself, you are understanding that today we are going to discuss soil quality. Means our crop production depends on the quality of the soil. Which quality, what type of quality present in the soil, that determines that soil is capable to produce or not. There are other concepts also, but basically we are considering the soil quality. So before discussing, we need to know what is soil quality, and before that we need to know who gave the definition of soil quality. Okay, so the most accepted definition of soil quality given by soil science Society of America. But this society taken the actual definition of the soil quality from Karlen, Karlen. Karlen given the definition of soil quality, and this is important for GRF examination. This is important for GRF examination. Who gave the definition of actual definition of soil quality? Again, there are 5 functions of soil that also given by Karlen. So these 2 questions are important for GRF. Now coming to the definition of soil quality. What is soil quality? It is the capacity of a specific kind of soil. First you need to know this is the capacity. Soil quality is the capacity of a specific kind of soil, okay, within a natural and ecosystem or managed ecosystem boundaries. Okay, managed ecosystem boundaries. Again, I am telling it is the capacity of a specific kind of soil within a natural or managed ecosystem boundaries. I will explain. To sustain plant and animal productivity, to sustain any plant and animal productivity, then maintain air and water quality, and third one is the support human health and habitation. So this is the most comprehensive definition of soil quality. What I know, it is the capacity of a specific kind of soil within natural and managed ecosystem. What is natural? Already you know. Managed ecosystem boundaries means it is the agricultural system that is called managed ecosystem boundaries. To these 3 points are very sustain plant and animal productivity. Third one, maintain air and water quality, and third one is the support human health and habitation. So these are the most widely accepted definition of soil quality. I hope you understand. Types of soil quality. Now we will discuss about the types of soil quality. There are 2 dominant types of soil quality. One is the, you can say, inherent soil quality. I hope you understand the inherent soil quality. From the name itself, you are understanding that inherent soil quality. What is inherent soil quality? This is the natural characteristics of soil. This is the natural characteristics of soil. Okay. What is inherent soil quality? This is the natural characteristics of soils formed due to, how it formed? formed due to soil forming processes, and there are how many factors? Five factors of soil formation. So you see, so inherent soil quality, it is the natural characteristics of the soil that develop due to five factors of soil formation and the different soil forming processes. And this is relatively stable, or you can say static quality of soil. So if we give the example, what are those qualities? That is, one is soil texture. It cannot be changed easily. Soil texture, soil mineralogical composition. So these properties cannot be changed easily. So these are coming under inherent soil quality. Now coming to the second one. This one is the dynamic soil quality. Dynamic soil quality. Okay, second one is the dynamic soil quality. So what is this? The quality, that soil quality which changes over time. Which changes over time and which changes with management practices. Which changes with management practices. See, my dear students, these two things important. Dynamic characteristics means, dynamic quality means these are dynamic characteristics of the soil which changes over time, which changes due to management practices. So good management practices can enhance dynamic quality. What are those good management practices? What are those good management practices? I am writing one. One is balanced fertilization. Balanced fertilization. Then coming to crop rotation. Crop rotation. Conservation tillage. Proper irrigation. So these are the some good practices which enhances the dynamic soil quality. Now coming to what are the bad practices that deteriorate the soil quality. You know what are those? Yes, that is the excessive tillage. Excessive tillage. Okay. Then what? Monocropping. Monocropping. Okay. Then improper irrigation. Improper irrigation. So all these things, these bad practices deteriorate the soil, dynamic soil quality. Okay, I hope you understood. Now coming to the, what are the different factors that affect the soil quality? This is one of the important questions for your examination purpose, means your class level exam or maybe the ERS examination that may come. What are the factors affecting the soil quality? What are the factors that affect the soil quality? So first one is the cropping system, or the cropping, continuous cropping, you can say continuous cropping. If you do continuous cropping in the field, obviously for their survival, they will uptake the nutrients, from soil, and this is called nutrient removal. Okay, this is called nutrient removal. So when nutrient removal will be more than the nutrient addition to soil, soil fertility or soil quality, what? Soil quality will decline, means that will decline the soil quality. When nutrient removal exceeds the nutrient addition to the soil, soil quality will decline. Okay. Next, coming to the, that is the organic matter removal. Okay. Organic matter is known as the heart of the soil. This is known as heart of soil. Okay. So if you do not add the organic matter with sufficient quantity, means in terms of FOM, farmyard manure, in terms of crop residue, okay, if you do not add these materials to the soil, obviously there will be organic matter level will be reduced. If organic matter level is reducing, so obviously the soil quality is reducing, because organic matter helps to improve physical properties. It helps to improve the chemical properties through affecting nutrient availability. Physical property improves the soil aggregation, and biological property improves the microbiological activity. So all these activity will be affected, and ultimately soil quality will be affected. The third point, that is I already told, imbalance fertilization. Imbalance fertilization. So in this modern agriculture practices, we are applying mostly the major nutrient containing fertilizers. Those are NPK fertilizers, and we are neglecting the application of secondary and micronutrient containing fertilizer. We are doing this, but we are neglecting the application of sulfur, means secondary nutrient, and micronutrient containing fertilizer. So obviously that creates the nutrient deficiency. If there is nutrient deficiency, so it will reduce soil quality. So soil quality will be affected. Okay. Next, the number 4 point, that is the improper irrigation. Improper irrigation. If you give faulty irrigation practices, it will increase the soil salinity. Okay. So that again reduce the soil quality will be reduced. If you give improper irrigation, faulty irrigation, that will enhance the soil salinity, sodicity. So salt accumulation will be there. So these are the reasons. Then other reasons. Number 5th is the soil acidification. Please remember, these all factors are very important for your exam. Soil acidification means if the soil is acidic, there will be more of hydrogen ion along with Al3 plus aluminium ion. These will create toxicity to the root growth of plant. Okay. So these are harmful. Hydrogen and aluminium will create toxicity in the acid soil. Then what are those? That if you are that industrial waste, if you are applying industrial waste or irrigation using sewage water, so what it will call, and also application of different chemical fertilizer. Most dangerous is pesticide. If you are applying different pesticide, that will release the heavy metal into the soil. Okay, that will release heavy metals into soil. Okay, so industrial waste, irrigation using sewage water, chemical fertilizer application excessively along with pesticides, that release the heavy metal into the soil, and that creates a toxic and nutrient imbalance into the soil. 7 is the soil sickness. See, this is a new terminology. Soil sickness. When sickness, we all suffering from some sickness. When soil sickness happens, when there is an imbalance. There is an imbalance in population of microorganism. In population of soil micro, there is an imbalance of soil microorganism. At that time, soil sickness happen. Okay. And last point is our human-induced factor. Human-induced factors, like you all know, mining activity, then industrialization. Okay, industrialization, I am not writing all. Industrialization, mining activity, urbanization, all these affecting the soil quality. Okay, so we have to check those practices to keep our soil alive. Today's lecture is up to this. And if you enjoy this lecture, if you get some useful information from my lecture, please do not forget to like my lecture. And if you are new in this channel, subscribe it please. It will motivate me to upload more videos and share with your friends. Thank you. Keep watching my videos until next lecture will be uploading soon. Thank you.